Cool.
Aloha, and thank you so much for joining Wisdom Dialogues online with Hope Johnson, coming to you from the Fairyland cabin on the big island of Hawaii. Yay! So much love and mahalos. So, we were talking about all kinds of stuff, but one of the things that was super fun and interesting was something that Lori experienced today. Tell us about it, Lori.
Okay. I was talking with a friend who was having a really hard time with her boss that came down on her but behind her back. And I was trying to explain to her that his crap has nothing to do with her. And I started telling, the boss, this is my husband's boss too, he
Uh-huh.
is on big time drugs. He
Okay.
is spaced out on so many, and he just comes in and says, "Blah, blah, blah," he just spouts off. He's got that power thing, which is masking. It's so clear to see. And I was saying, when you're stuck in those thoughts, that was my big opening as I was talking to her. The realization is coming. You're
Yeah.
stuck in those thoughts. You don't appreciate anyone or anything around you. It's so tunnel vision. It's so caught up in those thoughts that you don't see. It's not possible to be grateful or loving. I saw that gratitude, love, and appreciation feel the same for me. It's the
Okay.
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
it,
Cool.
it, it evokes the same peace inside when you're appreciating whatever. And when you're stuck in those thoughts, you're not open to appreciating anything because you think you're so damned or whatever. You're a victim of whatever's going on.
Yes.
So that was a big one for me today.
Hooray.
Yeah.
So you're able to accept what your friend is sharing without going into a reaction.
Right. Yes. It was a beautiful I wrote to her this really heartfelt. I mean, it was typing right out of my fingers. I was not in control of it. Explaining. It was on Snapchat though, so it's gone once she looks at it, it's gone.
That's awesome.
It was awesome. She's only she's only in her 20s, so she's very young, and
Okay.
she was very hurt by everything that he said. And I said, he's not in charge of how he's thinking, quote, spouting, no different than you are. You know,
Yeah.
it's just reacting to thoughts.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
if you just watch the patterns, you don't have to get sucked into them. You know,
Mm.
That's how I experience it. I shared yesterday in person wisdom dialogues. I had an experience where someone on our team, on our Miracle Botanical team, and me and my husband were having a communication. Then I noticed the energy get kind of intense. I noticed it intensify. So just by watching the energy, I could see that she was feeling defensive, and she started talking really fast. And I go, okay, do you notice something's going fast? When you're talking, you notice that quickness, that quick motion like that.
Mm.
And I go, do you feel defensive? And she's like, well, I feel like you guys are doing this and this and this. And I go, okay, well, that's not what we mean. We just mean to talk about this thing that's going on and see how we can resolve it. And then her body language completely changed. She came around and came over and sat next to me and was just like ready to go to it and look at it.
So she opened right up with that
Yeah.
communication. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Beautiful.
it wasn't really in the words. You don't know what's going to be right for any particular person. But it's just a matter of looking at what's happening, because the tendency is when someone feels defensive to join them.
Right, right.
To join them in feeling defensive. And
Right.
you did
Defend
this.
your right.
Yeah.
Your side. Yeah.
well, you're not acting right. You're not taking this right.
Mm.
See? So just being able to see what these patterns of information are. And when it comes to a boss, however a boss is acting, yeah, that of course that has nothing to do with you. But
Mm-mm.
it's still self-talk. That's what really makes it fun for me, from my point of view, that knowing that it is self-talk.
Yeah. It's her own thoughts about what happened that are causing her the pain.
Yeah, and it's like she doesn't even own them. It's just that she's attracted to that
Well,
kind of
exactly.
energetic
Exactly.
vibration. Yeah, it's like she's attracted to this energetic vibration,
Mm.
you know. So
Yeah.
it's a habit, because it's a
It's a habit.
habit. So
Exactly.
it's like hearing that he's coming down on her, hearing that triggers a reaction. And so noticing that is the ego absolutely using that experience to get that reaction. And when
Yes.
you're watching that and you're just allowing the reaction to be what it is, that
Mm.
kind of thing falls away. And it becomes really fun, though, in the falling away, because a lot of the times you're moved to express something that's really fun to express in
Like,
an expansive way
mm,
without guardedness, you know.
without defensiveness, right?
Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I think you were saying it was behind her back, like she didn't hear it or something.
Yeah, well, he came in and spouted off all the shit to my husband to tell her. And one of them was
Oh,
he was irritated with her blue stapler. She has a blue stapler. Really? And she took it personally. Oh,
that's so sweet.
yeah.
Yeah. So
She
I
just,
had a when I was working in a law firm, I had a boss, and he'd always cold shoulder me, and when I walked down the hall and stuff, and I wasn't sure if he really liked me because he'd always like look at me and not like smile or anything. And then I just went in there and I was like, do you not like my work? Do you want me to quit, or what's going on with you? He's
yeah.
like he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, why do you even think that? And I go, well, when I walk down the hall, sometimes I say hi to you and you don't say hi back, and you look at me but you don't smile. And he's like, I don't even know your work. I haven't even looked at your work. I don't even know who you are. Like, really?
All your thoughts were
I
all
know.
the thoughts conjured up because of his what he was doing.
Yeah, and
Which
then
not even
and then yeah, and then he was like, I'll just try to say hi to you more and stuff. And then he did.
oh, that's so sweet. Oh, that was totally your shit, but he took it and tried to make it better.
Oh,
Oh,
but you know what? That's compassion. That's sweetness.
oh,
It's really,
totally.
it's really sweet, and that's like hands. If you feel something like that, it's like, oh well, I was just really caught up in my work, and I had my mind on all these other things, being an attorney and everything,
Yeah.
and I'll try to smile at you.
Yeah, that's so awesome.
See, it's not like it's not like you try to give someone a spiritual trip and try to turn it around and say, hey, that's your shit. Just kind of like, oh well, if that makes you feel good, that's easy, and that's light too, and it'll take my mind off of all the attorney shit I got to do.
Oh, true too.
Yeah, you can see how it benefits everything.
Yeah,
See,
actually.
if you don't have to go into any kind of trip about, hey, well, well, you shouldn't be like that. You shouldn't be,
Yeah. It's not
you should,
possible it shouldn't be like,
yeah, yeah. That's just, and that's just honest too. It's not like saying, hey, that's your shit. That is being 100% honest. It looks to me like you don't like me because you're doing this.
mm,
You know, that's like very honest. Yeah, that's not like saying it's not like it's not like going blaming him for something or something like that. Like, hey, I'm not getting a clear read on you. It seems like you don't want me here, and I like to work where people want me. You
Yeah.
know, and
Okay.
yeah, and it was funny because after that he started looking at my work and he's like, "Hey, she's fucking good. Hey, we need to talk about some. We need to give you a raise and stuff, stuff like that." But
Whoa.
it's the same thing like in relationship, like if you're in a close relationship with someone and you're like, hey, I'm getting a vibe that's like, kind of standoffish or whatever. It's totally honest. It's fine to be honest like that. It's just not blaming someone. It's like a conversation opener. It's it's opening a communication up, you know. It's not like it's not like it's being dishonest. It's like, hey, this is how I feel. It's not like you did this to me. You see?
Right. Right. No blame. Yeah.
Yeah. See, it's like say you have to have in a partner someone who likes to dance all the time, and
Mm.
your partner doesn't like to dance, and you're like, hey, you know what? I really like you. I really like hanging out with you. I really need a partner that would like to dance. And I'm just thinking of going a separate way or whatever. And who knows? Maybe might go, oh, well, I like to dance.
Mm.
Oh, well, I do like to dance. When I was first dating Tony, he had a certain way of acting toward me that was kind of like machismo, and I was like, hey, I don't go for that.
It was like what?
Machismo, like you like kind of like a macho guy,
Oh.
like kind of like a little bit like on a bossy side, like that.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And it's like, hey, I don't go for that. That's not really like something that I go for. And he'd like take a moment of reflection and go, you know what? I really don't want to be like that.
Oh. Well.
And it's like, well, you help me, yeah. And he just like would just go, and I didn't even have to do anything. It's just like he just decided he didn't want to be like that. It's like it was shown to him, hey, I don't go for that, like that kind of behavior or whatever. I don't go for that. Oh, well, I don't want to really act like that either. You know.
Wow.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah, like it's not like it's blame. It's not like you're wrong or anything, but that's not a pattern that I'm attracted to.
Mm. Right.
Same thing with the boss. I'm not attracted to a pattern of working for someone who is looking at me with disdain.
Right.
I'll
But
go
he
I'll go
really wasn't
somewhere where,
looking at you with he wasn't looking at you with disdain. That was your thoughts.
well, true, true. It was an interpretation of energy. And here's the
Right.
thing. It's like he's caught up in his world, in his mind world of being an attorney.
Right.
So he has a
Right.
look on his face of disdain because usually he's
Right.
in an argument in his mind. So then when he
Right.
looks toward me, that's what I see. I see that look like that. Once we have that communication and I see that look and I know what it is, I don't see it like that anymore. See?
Right.
Yeah, so
Right.
it's like just because we recognize that it's our interpretation doesn't mean we have to cut off communication. It just means we have to take full responsibility, as in no blame. No blame. It's kind of like when you're communicating with someone in that kind of fashion where you're talking about what kind of patterns you're attracted to. It's like it's a game and it's open just to see kind of like, hey, are you going my way? Are how do you fit into my life? How do you fit into my picture?
Right. 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 Right.
See? It's a
I do
totally
see.
different energy than you did something to me or you're capable of doing something to me. It's all
Right.
just gathering information,
Mm.
and it's fun and it's playful.
Okay, well, I got one for you that happened tonight. Um,
Okay.
so there's a party this weekend for Peter's work. They're putting on a Christmas party, and
Okay.
I want to go. And of all the years, he's never wanted to go. This is a new company. He
All
hasn't.
right.
It's not. It'll be the first time we go. So I really wanted to go. At the end of the old one, I finally stopped saying okay. I mean, I just said, okay, let's not go because rather than fight with him. Well, this time I told Sasha, the girl that got jumped on today. I told her that I'll get him to go because usually if I say we'll go, we'll go. Well, he does not want to go. And he figured out that he doesn't want to make friends with the people from work. He's just an introvert. He
Okay.
doesn't make friends like I do. He doesn't want to be responsible to hold on to friendships and all that. And so I really wanted to go to this thing.
That's funny.
I know, but he's like, you're not going to go to my work thing without me, which is true. I mean, I
Why
have no
not?
problem. I know, I don't have a problem doing that, but it's going to make him look, you know, he's, like he's the employee, not me. And you see,
Oh yeah, but that's not anything. You just go, I'm here as a representative for our
a
family.
representative of people.
I'm here to represent him in a big way. Whoop!
But in the meantime, he's pissed off.
No worries. No worries.
Yeah, well, you don't live with him.
Well, you know what? It's not even a matter of whether you go or anything. It's approaching the energy of pissed off because the energy of pissed off, it's actually coming from you.
Coming from me.
Yes, it's coming from you. It's see, here's what it is. When you're perceiving someone being pissed off at you or in your general vicinity even,
Yes.
you're perceiving a projection of your own guilty thoughts. And what I mean by that is projection of thoughts that you've been attracted to. You don't actually own them. They're not
Right.
something that you have to like get out of your body or
Right,
anything.
right, right, right. I'm not in charge of
Yeah,
any of it.
right. Yeah, I know I say that for everyone, not just for you too. But it's like these thoughts are so attractive to you about him being pissed off. It's getting some kind of an energy in there. So it's up to you having all dominion over everything to make a space of peace within your energy field for whatever's arising. Can you feel your body? Can you feel the energetic fluctuations in your body?
Um,
It's okay if you can't.
um, Sometimes, depending on what's happening.
Okay.
It never
Okay,
used to.
so
It never used to. It's just starting to be more recognized in the
yeah, I
past 6
think it
months.
will.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah, yeah.
think it will more and more. So here's the thing. When you have a perception of him being angry, what does that feel like? Just focus your attention on it for a second and look at the energy fluctuations around that.
Well, it's definitely a contraction in the belly, a
Okay.
tight.
Okay. So that's asking for your attention. That is what's asking for your attention. Whether or not you go to this thing isn't relevant. You'll know what to do automatically. It'll automatically be done. Trust that and let your focus go into that part of in your body that is asking. It's kind of like a child asking for healing right now. You
Yeah,
feel it. There's intensity. There's intense energy.
yeah.
Remembering that that's all it is that intensity, that intense energy. That's all it is that brings out this anger thing.
Mm.
Okay? Because using the spiritual concept, this has nothing to do with me, this has nothing to do with me, this has nothing to do with me, like that, kind of as a block, doesn't heal the situation. You do not have to be with a husband that is expressing anger in your home. Isn't that spectacular?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean that you have all dominion over that. I mean that you're choosing to have that. You make him that way for something.
I'm making him that way.
You're
Ooh,
making him
boy,
that way for something. But it's for you.
for me.
It's for you. It's not about you, but it's for you. You're making him that way for a egotistical reason. Yeah, I have one friend, his name is Chitta. Leia's on here now. Aloha, Leia. Leia knows Chitta. But he's so sweet. He's like a caveman. He looks like a caveman. He's got no teeth. And he's so sweet. He's so innocent. And you know, someone will start talking about someone. This person so this person so this. And he'll just go, why do you suppose you made them that way?
Wow.
See?
Ooh, that's a good one. Why do I suppose I made them that
Yeah, because you do not have to basically tolerate that. You do not have to, but you do because you want it.
way? I want it.
You want it.
Oh, boy,
He's this way. It's only a projection. And you know, whenever there's an outburst in my house, like if a kid outbursts, or my husband, I call it barking, because he might like maybe hit his hand with a nail. I don't know, whatever happens. He hurts himself somehow, and it'll be like, "God damn it," or something like that.
Yep.
Like just really,
Yep.
like
Yep.
that. I can recognize right away that the pattern leading up to that, what had the focus of my attention that caused that to erupt.
No.
And you can too. And you can too. And then you're not resisting it. You're not resisting it. You're accepting. Because it's everything that you perceive is coming out of you, including an angry spouse.
Oh,
Everything
boy.
you perceive.
This
So
is
you know when this first started for me, when I first started recognizing this for myself, in my own mind, I would just hear the words repeating, "It's okay, honey. It's okay. It's okay, sweetie. It's all right." You know.
okay.
And that's
Talk.
for me. That's for me.
Okay.
See, because when that comes up, there's a reaction, and it's fun. It's fun to see how it transpires, and it goes different ways. Like, you know, I've been in the shower one time, and then all of a sudden, my husband was startled by something, and he just went, "No, no, 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 no! Oh my God!" Something like that. Like, and while I was in the shower, and I could hear it so clearly, and I felt my heart rate get up a second,
Yeah.
and it was just like, "Oh, it's okay, it's okay. Whatever it is, it's okay." And just continued my shower and completely forgot about it. And it turned out it was no big deal. Something outside had startled him, and you know, from his point of view, from my point of view, it was just this pattern of information playing for me to see if it could get a reaction. I just recognized the reaction, oh my goodness, and then see the reaction, and then it's like, oh, it's nothing.
It's
no
okay.
problem. It's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not pretending like that's coming from him at all. And here's the other thing. And here's the other thing. When it's not pretending like it's coming from him at all, when it's recognizing that it's a pattern of information, if that pattern is something that you're not interested in pursuing, that can be made known too. It may not be in your interest, to stay with your husband. You do not know. You do not know. And that's the way I put it out, like that. I don't know. Show me, show me, show me in every moment. It doesn't matter how long we've been together. 23 years now on the clock. But it doesn't matter how long. It's always show me, show me, show me. So if it's not in the best interest of awakening for me to continue in this relationship, meaning I'm kind of hiding it in it wherever, I'm using it to not see stuff, then it'll be broken apart, and that's okay.
It's all okay.
Exactly. It's all okay. That's it. And what I've seen in my experience in my family, nothing gets very intense. The intensity starts to rise, but it calms down again. And people can feel it when they come over. A lot of times people tell me when they come over that they feel really, really good here. You know, because
Mm.
people get along. Even the cat and dog are hanging out together.
Not Candy though. Candy doesn't like the dog.
She's warming up though. She's been outside, and now they're getting a little bit closer. But he sits outside with the gray cat. I walked up
Yeah.
today, and they were both on his dog bed together.
Aw. Mm.
So sweet. So you see what I'm saying, Lori? So see how the ego can take over any concept, like the concept of that's not about you. That has nothing to do with you. Okay, good. That's one starting point. And I made
It's
it up
okay.
like that for something. I did. I made it up like that for something. Woo, it was me.
It was me.
It was me. I did it. It was all to get a reaction out. It was all to get a reaction. Okay, so Holly's raising her hand. I'll bring her on right now. Let's see. Oh, I got you can talk you can talk, Holly, because I don't have your yeah. Go, girl.
Oh, perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
so I've been listening to you and Lori, and I was following pretty well up until you said it sounded like at first I was interpreting as it's Lori's fault that Peter was angry.
Nice. Yeah,
And,
that's not that it's not anyone's fault. See, so
right,
if
right,
you're
right.
looking through the eyes of separation, that's how it seems.
It was so it started to bring me it started to bring me to another an issue where I had a relationship for almost 10 years, and at first it was really good, and then all of a sudden something would happen where my partner was angry frequently, and there was all of these projections, but at the time I didn't see them as projections. I just started to learn in the past few years that they were all projections, and I'm thinking, you know, I've read a lot of books about narcissism, and I've talked to friends about the relationship. It was like, should I have stayed? Was it for me? Was it something I'm still supposed to learn? Should I have stayed on board? But it was always so uncomfortable. And I'm starting to learn that a lot of that was for me, but I don't feel like I was responsible for the behavior. So I feel like there are these two different lines
Yeah,
between the
and
relationship.
yeah, and that's as an individual. You're not responsible. But you're not an individual. You're more than that. You're more than that. You are designing everything that comes up in your experience for you. And you're designing it though from a perspective that includes everything. You're designing it from a perspective that knows everything. So it's a perspective that knows exactly what you need to see, exactly what you need to hear. Everything is place. See?
Oh, I lost you for a moment. You went black again.
Oh, I went black and I came back.
Now you're back.
All right. So I'm not sure where I was when I cut out, but you are creating all of your experience. You are making up everything from a perspective that knows everything, not from this limited perception, from the perspective that knows exactly what you need to experience, not only what you need to experience, what you really want to experience.
Well, I know what I want now. I think I do. I think I know what I want, but in terms of manifesting it, it's like there's this big fear after that long 10-year relationship that didn't go well. I'm thinking, I know what I've always wanted. I feel like I've always wanted the same thing, but for some reason it's not coming to me.
Okay, why do you think the last relationship didn't go well?
Oh gosh, your show isn't going to last long enough. Sorry.
Can you give like a little like a little capsule, like a little summary?
Um, okay, so ask me the question again.
Why do you think it didn't go well? What was bad about it? I mean, why didn't it go well?
Well, it felt like it was always going well until my partner was always bothered by something I did or said
Right.
or something I didn't do or why I did it. It just didn't it wasn't tailored to his lifestyle, and I continued to think, God, is it me? Is there something wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? And all of a sudden, what came up to the surface every time, for the most part, was shame and guilt and that old pattern of, oh, I'm not good enough, and why can't I be good enough for this person, and why is this person always angry at me, and I don't understand his reasonings, and so it just spiraled down to just like, there's something wrong with me. I've got to get out of this. I can't do this anymore. I've got that ache in my gut all the time. My heart's racing all the time. Coming home from work, is this going to be a good moment, a bad moment, good day, bad night? What's going to happen?
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so that's something that we all make for ourselves to bring up that shame. That's something we all make for. I've perceived my husband that way a bunch of times, and you know, at first I was just kind of like, what is this? You know, he'd kind of be like, Hope, oh gosh, come on, you know, like why didn't you do it like that? You know, and I'd feel this intense like, oh my God, I did it wrong, you know, and I'd like try to make up for it, and then after a while I was just kind of like, wow, it's that's just something to get that reaction, to get that shameful reaction. And so just start experiencing the reaction, and that's all. And in experiencing the reaction, you know, eventually I just ask, I go, hey, it seems like you think I'm not good enough for you. Is that what's happening? And then he just answered.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
So, you know, and you know, if you're honest like that, it seems like it's not blaming someone. It seems like you think I'm not good enough for you. Is that what's happening in your experience? What's your experience? And then maybe they'll open up and say, you know what? I really want a different kind of woman. And then it's like, oh, well, thank you for letting me know.
Right.
Even though if it's sad or whatever, it's like, oh, you know, this is super simple. It's really cut and dry. Like, oh, thank you for letting me know. It's just that we hide instead of just being really honest, instead of just telling the truth. This is how I feel right now. I'm feeling all this shame, and I'm afraid to come home because I'm afraid of however your mood's going to be and stuff like that. And you know, is there anything you want to talk about or anything? And you just like bring some stuff on the table. Yeah. Yep, that's it. That's it, Lori. Is that yes, that is something you can say. And Lori asked me, you know, like if her husband's feeling fearful, to ask it seems like you're afraid I'll leave you because of what Hope said. And you know, it's like that's a true communication. Are you okay? You know, and you know, I would say the same thing to your husband, Lori, if he happens to be listening, is in holding you in that way, because when you make the Lord first, which is who you are, which is who we all are, really, we're playing these bodies on the surface for only one reason, and recognizing the purpose of these bodies, it all works out. It all works out. I hold my husband like that. It's just in an attitude of show me. I've had, you know, some people go, why are you with the same guy for so long? Why are you with him like that? Well, I just keep on being shown that he's my dude over and over again, time after time. You know, sometimes I'll have a perception and it'll be wonky, like what is going on, and then he'll just come back and show that he's my man, you know. And that's it. I wouldn't want it another way. I wouldn't want him to be staying with me out of some obligation or something like that. That would be cray cray. Who needs that, you know?
Exactly.
We're together because we want to be. I've been, you know, like I've been on Facebook before talking about this beautiful monogamous relationship that we have. Not because, you know, of anything that we did or anything. It's just that we both like that kind of pattern. We both appreciate that kind of pattern. And, you know, there's a strong idea around that it gets boring, it's stale, all this other stuff. And, you know, that's really not true. Nothing in a relationship really dies, like people go, oh, it died, whatever, it died. It's not that. It's just that we build up these perceptions about people, mostly without communicating with them. Like, hey, this is how this feels to me, or you know, I need a hug right now. Can I have a hug? You know, like, just
yeah, because in the beginning of a relationship, it's all about talking and connecting and you know, communicating, and then
sure.
people let. It seems what I've seen is that they build up resentment if they don't get their way, and the walls start building, and then there's no talking, there's no communicating at all except yelling. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, if you go, if you're just like coming and approach like, hey, honey, I love you, I feel like talking about this or whatever, and this is what's on my mind.
Without blaming, yeah.
No blaming, and you know, it's all a gathering of information. It's all, I'm always open to being shown whether I'm staying, and you know, seeing whether I'm staying in this partnership. It doesn't come before the Lord, so to speak. You see what I'm saying there? Doesn't come before the Lord. That's like that. By the Lord, I mean the source, the only thing that's real in all of this.
Right.
All that's real in all of this. That's what comes first, and then everything else falls in. Everything else falls into place.
I feel like with the relationship, what I left behind was what I took with me was there were things that I needed to work on with myself in terms of that shame, in terms of that blame. It's like, wait a minute, I don't need to do this to myself. There is no reason for this for me to have to do this at all. So
exactly. All it is the next time it comes up, it'll come up again because it wasn't healed. The next time it comes up, this is why there's no need to be afraid of your next relationship, because the next time it comes up, you're more prepared. Once you see that pattern again, you're more prepared. It's more like it's an approach with like, yes, eagerness, because you're more prepared to experience it. Oh, there's that one. Okay, great. What's the message? Let me see. It's that kind of energy. It's like, let me see. Show me how to communicate, whatever it is. But not let me get what I want, or, oh my God, what is this guy doing, and or just these kinds of things are just hindrances. It's all a gift. So when you perceive someone doing that again, remember that it's a gift. Now you have so much more experience. Nothing went wrong with your last relationship. It all brought you to here. Now you have this experience.
right.
Now you know you can go out in a way, like, you know, expand your energy out in a way, as in taking in information, all new information, in a way where, let me see, just let the prospective suitors appear. Let me see, show me.
As she changes, she will draw a different kind of person. Yeah.
Exactly.
And she's definitely been working on herself big time. Or she has, whatever.
And this is really big for you too, Holly. When a thought comes around about how maybe you shouldn't have stayed or whatever like that, that's also one of those opportunities. That thought is also bringing up a feeling can you feel the feelings in your body?
Oh,
Can you feel
absolutely.
fluctuations? Great, because that's really that's really awesome. I mean, if you can't, it's okay too. But once you can feel those energy fluctuations, you can know what's going on. So the next time you're with a partner or a significant other or whatever, and they seem like they're disappointed in you or like you're not good enough or anything, let that be an exciting moment for you.
I totally get that. And I actually resonated with me when you said to yourself when you were in the shower, it's okay, it's okay. I do that a lot. So I take that child part of me and I think, okay, how old is this child? How old is she? And I say, I do the same thing. Like I kind of check in going, okay, this is coming up to the surface. What's wrong? What do you need? What's going
Yeah.
on? So so it's almost like a healing as I go along.
Yes. Yes. So your energy field, like your energy body, the energy is also an illusion, and in the hierarchy of the illusions, the energy body is projecting the physical body. See? And so the energy body, those energy fluctuations, that's projecting the physical body. And the physical body is not just what you can sense, the body that you can sense, it's everything in your perception.
Mm-hmm.
See? So everything that you're perceiving is actually expressing itself as an energetic fluctuation in your body that can be totally felt by your subconscious mind. Whether it's felt consciously is another thing, but it takes leaving the thought alone and focusing on what the effect of that thought is in your energy field.
Okay, okay.
What effect it's having. See? Focus instead on what affects it. Because when you see what effect it's actually having, you come to recognize that it's meaningless and then it doesn't have power over you. If the thought is crossing, should I have stayed or was I right to do that or whatever, as it's crossing, if you don't contract your energy into it, it loses power. It's every time it comes back, it loses power. So to stop from contracting your energy into that thought as it's passing, just focus on what the physical effect is, the energetic fluctuation that it brings about. That's all you're doing it for. That's all you're doing these things for. That's all Lori's making her husband angry for, is to feel this. Okay?
Thank you, Hope.
Thank you. I love you.
Wow. Now we don't have time to do the body one. This was good.
Well, we have all the time we need. I'm here as long as people are still interested in having a communication. It's not too late for you or whatever. I'm good.
Yeah? Well,
Yeah.
the body thing would
Totally.
be.
And it's only me, you, and Leah. All women. Holly, Lori, Leah. Leah, I opened your mic in case you ever want to jump on. There's only 3 of us, so we're just cruising. So the body one we were talking about, Lori and I were talking about, what was it, Lori? It was something on Facebook. I gave you that naked photo of me.
Yes. And I said there's no way that I could be okay, especially sitting next to you, because the mind would be comparing. It was comparing, even though it was automatically went to your belly, because mine is bigger. And that whole thing is all mind shit that has been here since I was a teenager, and it is not letting go.
Do you love your belly?
No.
Okay, that's it. That's all it is.
I have done so many exercises, like when I'm putting my lotion on in the morning, saying I love you. It's all futile.
But you don't, and that's the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so whatever it is that doesn't love your belly needs to be experienced. Okay, I'm with you on this. I'm with you on this belly thing. In fact, just recently I started to notice, wow, there's been a holding here the belly wants to come forward, and there's been a holding of trying to hold this belly in, and there's just this energy of like, oh, let's let it come forward. Let's see what it feels like to let it come forward. And now it's almost like, for me, it's almost like it's a little bit pregnant, you know, because it's really coming forward.
Yeah.
And yeah, and for me, it's like it's like this beautiful experience, because all of this mind patterning is coming up. Like I'm putting on clothes, and it's like, oh gosh, that doesn't look good with that belly. Yeah. And it's like as soon as that thought pattern arises, it's like allowing that to be felt, just allowing it to be felt, and staying there. And I'm staying in a full-length mirror, and I'm in my room and trying different stuff on, and until I feel like the belly looks good on display, it's okay. It doesn't have to. It doesn't. It's not that I don't think it looks good. It's conditioning that doesn't think it looks good.
Yeah, I know that. It doesn't
really look good or bad. It's actually really beautiful. It's actually really, really beautiful. Everything that is manifest is so lovely. And the only thing that keeps us from recognizing that is preconceptions.
Right.
So in my experience, I just am like, okay, this is honoring, and you know, working out and exercising. I notice that just happens on its own when it needs to. I don't mind in the morning if I feel more. I'll just feel into it. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'll just feel it. It's maybe a thought will come up. Oh, let's go hang out and have a spliff and a yerba mate this morning, and I'll just be like feeling, okay, how does that feel? And oh, but maybe a walk. Oh, but maybe yoga, and just actually having the experience of all of them without actually doing them. Just really having the feeling into the experience, and just letting myself be moved with whatever feels the most uplifting. Notwithstanding whether or not I have a belly, because the perception of this belly, let me move this down, maybe you guys want to see it, so you can see how lovely.
You don't have a belly.
Okay, I'll show you it so you can see how lovely it is with me. I would pull my dress up, but I don't have any underwear on, so I'm not going to do that. Just because it goes on YouTube, I would show you. I don't mind. Okay, so I got to see if I can get this camera to do that. Hold on a sec. Can you see it?
Yeah.
See?
Same with mine.
So what I'm experiencing here with the belly is, let's see if you can get a good view. This is really new for me. I haven't had a belly. I don't know if you can see it like that. But I noticed that there was something at the solar plexus. You know where the solar plexus is, Lori?
Yeah, that's basically where I'm hating.
Okay, yeah, it's right here. It's
yeah,
right here. So what I noticed was with the solar plexus. So what I'm doing is I'm standing in one place, and I start to notice this thing, and it's the solar plexus. Something is holding, and it's very, very fearful. It doesn't want to let go. And so just like being gentle and kind with that area right there, and letting it relax, and really going, wow, there's a lot that just wanted to come forward right there. And it was like there was this energy of forcing it back, like holding it back and holding it in. And there's all this release, and I'm so enjoying it. In fact, when I go on my walk, I have the most beautiful walk now because of this, because there's just allowing that area to be loose as possible, because there was a habit of holding there. Yeah. And so now just allowing that area to be loose as possible, and really enjoying the way it feels, all my organs, everything, how it feels in there on the walk. It's so delish. I almost like trance out on my walk. Can't even imagine. I can't even imagine like having how it was to walk and be holding right there, because it's so nice. And who knows how it's going to go, but I know one thing is for sure. The purpose of this body is only for one thing, and for me, I don't mind how it goes. And that's really the difference between us, is that you mind how it goes, And you
Right.
only mind how it goes in this instant. In this instant only
Right.
are you
Right.
minding how
Right.
it goes.
Yeah.
Okay? It's future thinking, really. It's future
Yes.
thinking. Like,
Yes.
how will it, because right now, what's wrong?
I
Nothing's wrong. The belly is out front and it's enjoying itself. It doesn't seem to be having any issues. And the solar plexus, oh my goodness. Do you know that there are, I think, 92, I might have this wrong, but it's going to be close, 1,000 nadis there. That's like, it's like little nerve channel type things. And it extends to all the areas in your body. The release of the solar plexus is a release everywhere. It's amazing.
Hmm.
And
Well,
that especially female I see holding right there is holding the solar plexus tight. It's holding it up. In fact, my massage therapist told me that after this happened, my solar plexus is lower.
oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's like you can feel it, you can sense it, and just allowing allowing yourself to see where you've been holding. And I'll tell you, I'll just keep on putting my attention there now since it happened since last week. Put my attention there now and letting it release more and let the belly really come forward. And I just happen to have a few clothes that I could wear too that are like loose right around the belly, but still really cute. And then
Hmm.
today I just threw on a little dress that just totally showcases the belly, and it's like that's what it is.
Right.
That's what it is for the moment, and everything's always changing. And the changing doesn't take place from my own efforts. Doesn't take place from my out of my own
No.
efforts. So there's no
No. No.
pressure on me to work out. But then I find myself, like for instance today, I went on that walk, and I don't know how long it is. I never even cared to do it. Had that walk, and then I went to the weight room too with Tony. And it's just like whatever it is, it is. I'm in the weight room too, loving up my belly. It's like petting it. There's a big mirror there, petting it, loving it, and not to make it go away. Not to make it go away. I don't know if it's gonna go away. Who knows? It might get bigger. I have no idea. But whatever it is, it gets my adoration
Mm.
always, because that's consciousness. That's consciousness. And if you adore consciousness, a consciousness will be adoring you back. That's just the way it is. And it doesn't
Mm.
it doesn't matter whether you have a big belly or not. All it matters is are you having the experience of your source? Are you
Right.
having that
That's all.
experience? Are you allowing that experience? Or are you making something else more important? Are you making your belly more important? Are you now in a
Yeah.
bad mood because of your belly?
Mm-hmm.
It's
And it's
funny.
Christmas, and you're gonna see a bunch of people that hasn't seen me in the past year, and I've.
I have one friend, and it was so beautiful. I saw her in the bank, and I hugged her, and I go, "Oh my goodness, are you pregnant?" And she's like, "No, I'm not pregnant. I have a
Oh.
little extra right here." And I go, "Oh my goodness, that is awesome." And she's like, "I know, I'm really enjoying it."
Oh, good for her. That's
But it's
beautiful.
but it's but it's real. That's how it is. It's like loving whatever it is.
Right.
Loving whatever it is. Okay, there's a belly. Okay, what is it? For me, I'm really enjoying it because my whole life there's been this kind of in unconscious, slightly conscious kind of fear of not having a flat belly. So
Yep.
I've always done everything in my power as a powerless thing
Yep. Yep.
to to have a flat belly, which seemed to work for a really long time, and and just and even when there was a moving away from the exercise and the eating to try to have a really flat belly, what there was this internal clenching trying to hold it flat.
Yep.
And that's what
Yep.
just was that's what just was what like release, and that's what feels so good. It's like I don't mind. A belly is there with it, that's fine. I'm feeling so much more in that area right now, and the organs are getting so much more space. I just feel like I feel really awesome about it, and just letting it be how it is.
Okay.
Don't you okay me like I know that okay. I know
Yeah.
that okay. You know what? Here's the thing. It- You don't you're afraid of not getting what you want, you know. So you don't want to go there. You don't want to go
I'm
all the way
afraid of not getting what I want is a flat belly.
there. Right. You don't actually want that though. See, that's the thing. You don't want it wants. It
Okay.
wants.
Right. Okay. So it's
You do
the
not want.
pain. It's the pain when I look at it and there's all that hating on it. That's what I'm addicted to. That
You're using it for that.
using it.
You're using it for that. It's not meant to be used for attacking yourself. It's meant to be adored, whatever it is, it's meant to be adored. And you know, if you want to attack yourself, if you want to use it to attack yourself, you can. That's free will.
That's what I've been doing for the past 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah. And all it takes is experiencing the sensation instead of believing that there's something wrong with this
That there's
belly.
something wrong with it,
I'm going to
right?
start painting it and wearing it out. I'm going to start painting this thing and wearing it. I'll give you some pictures. Are you pregnant?
Painting
No,
your belly?
I'm just enjoying this belly. I thought I'd share it with you. I'll get some new naked pictures with the belly. Molly's coming back soon. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. This stuff is ridiculous about the
It
belly.
is. It is
The
ridiculous.
belly being wrong.
It is. I know.
Yeah.
It's completely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And there's also shame that comes with it, even because a year ago it was so much flatter than it is right now, and I still wasn't happy with it. It's so
Yeah.
stupid.
So it doesn't matter.
No,
Let that thing hang out. Let your belly hang out. Let yourself be really relaxed in the body. And then when you perceive Peter getting angry again, go right back to that really relaxed in the body again and enjoy. Enjoy.
enjoy. Okay.
Breathing. When you breathe, allowing the solar plexus to just relax, especially breathing down to the belly. That's really so good. Let that thing hang out. Love it. Love it up. And you know, just as much as you're loving that up and letting it be adored, because that's all your spirit has. All the ego has is using it to attack yourself. All
Right.
your spirit has for it is adoration, as it is. As it is. So if you let that come through, you'll start having adoration for everything, including your husband when he gets angry. Isn't that fun?
That is fun.
Yeah. And he'll be able to feel your adoration for him while he's angry, and that'll help him. And that's
Uh,
whether he knows that consciously or not. Because his unconscious mind, we are sharing experiences. We are sharing experiences, and they're being interpreted through energy forms. These bodies, they're being interpreted. The energy is being interpreted through the energy forms taken in the information, interpreting that. That's all it's happening. So we are sharing experiences. So when we're experiencing, say, our belly or our solar plexus, that's a symbol of the unconscious mind. That allowing that symbol of the unconscious mind to be adored and to relax, that allows a relaxation in the unconscious mind. Anyone who we're sharing an experience with feels that very well, very deeply. Not only that, the whole mind is connected. Everything relaxes when we relax. Everything.
mm. Ah, I feel really relaxed right now.
Yeah, this thing about trying to control your belly, it's all ego. It's all for getting a feeling. It's all for
Yeah,
self-improvement.
because
Let
if
it
you
be.
were born in another country where it's accepted or it's beautiful for a bigger woman, like in Russia or whatever, it wouldn't even be an issue.
You know what? Flaunt that thing, whatever it is.
Yeah,
Whatever it is.
it's
Flaunt it
all
around.
mine.
Yes, I have one beautiful friend. She's pretty good size. I'm guessing 300 maybe. Stuff hanging all the way down here, all the way here, all here, everything. She doesn't mind wearing barely anything and going all over the place. And you know what?
Good,
She
good for
she
her.
gets a she gets hers. She gets play. She gets all kinds of play.
What do you mean? Play.
People are hitting on her and stuff.
Oh,
Like what's the issue? It's not like you're not gonna be loved.
it's right, because you're so worried about what somebody else judging you, but it's your own judgment.
Yeah, it's your own.
It's
It's
your
that you
own.
don't it's that you don't appreciate it. You don't appreciate
Right.
it. Yeah. And
Because
there's
when you do, no matter what anybody says, it doesn't matter.
yeah. Yeah. And it's like and gratitude for the experience as it is. It's
Yeah,
real easy to be grateful when you have a really flat, ripped belly. Oh, thank you. Oh, this is so nice. It's the same. The big belly, it's the same. It's the same. It's the same thing. It's there for your gratitude. There for your adoration.
right.
Don't call it guilty. Don't put that kind of pressure on the body to make you happy somehow. It's like the body is it's innocent. It's not doing anything.
Right. Right.
It's like let it be innocent. Let it be how it is. And another thing I noticed, and that there's a little bit of discomfort in this. It's like there's some pain in this. There's definitely some internal pain, and with allowing the belly to be forward like that, that pain is allowed to be felt, and it's lovely. It's not even it's not like a suffering kind of pain. It's like ooh yeah, it's a release, and that's where. The body is symbolic, and it shows us where we're holding, what we're holding, and it's a symbol. And the holding is a holding pattern, so it's basically just a habit.
Wow.
All right. Wow. You got that?
You okay? Who was that?
Who was that?
Oh, that
Oh.
was me. I didn't know that you could hear me. I thought I was
That
muted.
was fucking awesome, Leah. Are you all right?
I've got a cold. I have a cold, and I wanted to talk about that because I never get sick. And
Yay.
and I'm wondering about it because I know that you said that everything that happens is something we're doing to ourselves. So I'm wondering why I'm getting sick.
Well, see, here's the thing. Any perception of illness, okay, and any perception of illness, it's a misperception. First of all, it can't be real. So it's made to get a feeling. There's even a feeling in the I don't usually get sick. That's what it's for, to get those feelings, to get those to come up. That's all. See?
Okay.
And they're only in this instant. Yay.
Yeah, I get to cough. It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's like whatever it is you find yourself experiencing. So right now you find yourself experience a cold. You don't actually have a cold. Like in any instant, it's actually possible for this to completely be gone because it's just like a mist. It's nothing. Okay?
Wow.
But it's bringing up feeling. It's bringing up a feeling.
Uh-huh.
Constantly with the thoughts that are made to the attacking. And that's what it's for. That's what it's for. So it's not how did I create this? It's more like what is this for?
Mm.
And when you see what it's for, you're going to start seeing what it is that this is being used for, how this is being used to attack yourself.
Okay.
So it doesn't. It's not to try to get rid of the sickness, and it's not for using the sickness as if this is some kind of gauge or measurement on how spiritual I am or how evolved I am. It's only to allow the experience of a cold to be just what it is, and being watchful, because whenever the body is being projected as weak or frail or sick or anything like that, it triggers a lot of thoughts that identify us as a body. And that's really what it's for. It's for getting those feelings. And that's all the ego wants it for, is to get those feelings. It's like your spirit can use it for getting those feelings and recognizing what their cause is. See? Recognizing what's causing the feeling. So a thought's floating by and says, I never get sick. And notice how that feels in your body. I never get sick, but right now I'm sick. Holy shit. What are the energy fluctuations with that? You could feel that, so you could sense that, right? The energy fluctuations that when you say, I never get sick. I mean, I could sense it right now, just, when you said I never get sick, and then it's like, yeah, and now you didn't say it. Well, it goes without words. Now I'm sick, and that's even that is one of those attacks.
Mm.
And that's exactly what it's for, is to bring up that feeling. Okay. So that's all that's being asked, because underneath that feeling there's this great comfort. There's this beautiful comfort right underneath it. It's like there's this surface layer of tension that it's creating when it says, I never get sick. And then on the other side, but I'm sick right now, There's this tension but it's only on the surface, and beneath that there's this beautiful relaxation. So it's just a matter of seeing what's causing that tension. You see that thought is what's causing. Cause and effect. That's what they are right there.
Wow.
You get that, Leah? Her mic's off. Unmute. I don't know how you got muted, but I unmuted you again. There you are.
Hi there.
Did you get that? Hi.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting for sure. Because, yeah, I wasn't expecting to get sick, and when I started feeling like the cold was coming on last week, and I didn't think anything of it, because I don't fight colds or any of that, and I usually don't experience them. So it's been really interesting as the days have gone by, and it's getting worse. and I'm coughing, and you can hear my voice. My voice is sounding very different than normal.
Yes.
Yeah, and I am really being with it. I feel okay on a mental, emotional level.
Uh-huh.
And I'm being with the sensations of being sick. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm not sure what to say about it. It's very uncomfortable for sure.
Yeah, and then watching the why am I sick stuff, watching those thoughts, not getting hooked, right?
Uh-huh.
By the why am I sick stories.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because all that comes along with sensation as well.
And I'm noticing a lot of other people are sick right now too.
Fun.
And so, of course, we've talked about this before about how we can't really get anything from anyone else,
Yeah.
but there's like a collective experience right now, at least in my area, where many people are experiencing the same thing um, as I have, you know?
Well, people aren't separate.
Yeah. Hmm.
People aren't separate. That's why. You know, you could try to pinpoint it to a certain microbe or something like that, but the thing is that people aren't separate and everyone experiences what they need to experience. No illusion can affect another illusion.
Right.
There's no such thing as contagious. That's why there's no such thing as contagious.
Yeah, I don't really buy into the contagious thing myself, generally. Um,
Yeah.
except for in moments like this where I'm like, wow, I feel like I caught something from someone, and my son had it and has it, and
And that's a blameful thought. That's just a blameful thought.
yeah,
Because you never can know.
Yeah.
How can you know where you caught it from? You can say it, but doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, and
yeah, and I get that.
it's just another self-attack. See, it's body identification.
Yeah.
Like this body can actually be affected by another illusion, which is in the same projection. In the same projection.
Right.
That's what's
Yeah,
funny.
I'm not really worried about it exactly. I mean, I know it will be here as long as it needs to be here, and then
Yeah.
it'll go away just like it came, you know?
Yeah, it just unfolds and it shows so much. That's the thing. Any kind of illness is such a good teacher because it reveals this. It reveals what's going on. I mean, look at the little things. You can see all these little thoughts that seem to have power, and those
Right.
are attacks for making body identification. It's easier for the ego to get you to identify with the body while the body is going through an illness or something.
Mhm.
Right. And and in a lot of levels, I'm actually grateful for the experience of it. Um, just because it's something different. You
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
some I get to experience what it's like to have this intense cough.
Yeah. I had that back in February, was it? No, September, and
Uh-huh.
it was at the start of a retreat with Molly, and Molly took care of me the whole time while I had it. It was like all in
Right.
and everything, and I was like, and I was just stoked on all the stuff that was coming out. I was like, whoa, that's a lot. It's all symbolic. It's all symbolic, and it's like just watching it all just like come out, and it's like, oh, this is awesome. And at the same time, wow, there were some major attacks going on mentally, and it was wonderful to be with it and in silence too. And Molly even asked me one day when she felt my pulses, she's like, "Are you angry? I feel like you're angry." And I was like, "There's definitely some angry thoughts." And she's like, "Well, what's it about?" And I was like, "It's not about anything." It's like
Uh-huh.
all these angry thoughts coming with this energy, and at the whole time I'm being completely pampered, and in hot and really hot, warm environments,
Oh,
sweating,
nice.
and everything's coming out. But
So
but
so it passed pretty quickly for you.
I don't know. I don't remember how long it was, but
Uh-huh.
I just remember I had the whole retreat. It was like 4 days, and at the end of the 4 days, I went to Kaleo's and got wings and beer. That's what I remember. There's
Nice.
something about that spicy sauce on the wings that makes a cold feel good. I don't know.
Yeah, I probably am not going to do that myself.
Okay.
But it's not that
Oh, she cut out. We don't get the best reception
I think
around
there's
here.
anything wrong with it. It's just, not my preference or whatever. But
Yeah, I know. Yay. So I love you guys. Is there anything else you'd like to cover?
When you were saying when Molly said, "What's it about?" Now that's going into Storyland, right? Trying to make it a story out of what. That's what the mind wants
Yeah.
to do, is make a story out of what.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, yeah. It's like it's not about anything, you know. It's not really about anything. And I could make up a story that would be like a narrative.
Right.
It's not really true.
But it does.
To
Automatic.
get pulled into the
Yeah, I mean, and especially in the energy of that retreat, I was having a mostly silent retreat. You know, once in a while she'd ask me something like that because she could feel my pulses and she could feel, you know, from her training that anger is up. And, you know, it's like it's definitely not about anything, and especially in that environment where it's, you know, it's silent and there's a cold and all that. It's like let's just let these patterns be felt. That's all. You know, that's all there is.
That's the bottom line for it all. Let the patterns be felt. And
Yeah, that really is the bottom line. Yes, and any anger that is my anger. That's what I noticed too. Any anger is my anger. I'll take responsibility for it. It's fine because if it's my anger, then I have dominion over it. If it's not, I'm fucked. Then I'm at the mercy of someone else's anger. Damn.
Damn.
No need. All right, so it's starting to get dark here, so I'm gonna check out. I love you guys. Thank you so much. So nice to be hanging out with you.
Thank
Thank
you.
And thank you to everyone who watches later. I know quite a few people are starting. Well, quite a few to me. You know, I think there's like 52 followers or something like that. It's freaking awesome. Thank you. I love you. Thank you for coming around, and thank you for your comments. And pretty soon we'll be doing YouTube Live once I get a really good connection next month, I think.
Oh, yes.
So, yeah. And as always, we're sponsored by Miracle Botanicals, which is our family company. We have the most beautiful essential oils on the planet. Yes, we do. And a huge variety. And we have some really, really fun blends that we just came out with lately, too. People are loving it. Today someone came and bought Blessed. They bought 4 ounces of it so they could make something else with it. And that's a perfume that I made. It's got 24 different essential oils in it. Such a good aroma. And it's 50% of it is Schisandra. You might have heard of that. It's an extra special fruit. It's oily, and it makes it nice and oily so you can drop out a nice drop. You can put it on, and people can be like, you smell good, like that. That's what I get when I have it on, though. I think that'll happen. Yeah.
It's called
Miracle
Blessed?
What?
It's called Blessed?
Blessed. Blessed. Yeah, BLESSED.
Yeah.
MiracleBotanicals.com. So much love. If you would like to come on these live with me, go to Facebook.com/groups/Wisdom Dialogues. Hooray! Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Hawaii time. I love you so much. Thank you for joining. It's been really fun. Let's do it again next Tuesday, everyone, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Aloha and a hui ho.